But that is quite common, isn't it? And we've got the social media bans that have come in place.
Yeah.
A lot of kids like to shut their doors and
Yep.
not come out and go online, and it is very hard for parents. There's no blame here. But if you have a child that is just shut down, doesn't go to school under school holidays, but is just shut down from their friends, too scared to go out, they're hearing the sirens, police,
Yeah.
they're in a heightened state of anxiety or whatever it is,
Yeah.
what do you do then?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, the very first thing we think about is what's changed, right? Everyone's talking about what's changed. That's obvious. We know what's changed. I think we need to also talk about what hasn't changed and focus on telling our kids what hasn't changed. We still have, and again, unfortunately, for the people who were killed and murdered, a lot has changed for them. I'm not necessarily talking about those immediate families that are directed, but a lot of people that are affected indirectly. But what hasn't changed is the community that's around them, the help that they can get, the facts about the people at the emergency services trying to do as much as they can. We still have our family and friends to lean on and to talk to. That hasn't changed. So I think there's really important for us to focus on what hasn't changed as well as what has changed.
And at Bondi, we see a lot of people there in support with mental health jackets on, and you know that's just Bondi. But then, of course, the government has put in $42.6 million for mental health. And again, a lot of this is going to bring up other triggers for many people. I'm not the psychologist, but I'm assuming that that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So, people that are afraid to reach out, because it's good that the ones that know they're going to get help, I need help, I'm at my tipping point.
Yeah.
The ones that can't get to that stage, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I think for people to know if they have a certain family member or a friend or a relative or whoever it is that you know is going through that, because we don't know how people are going to cope, but if that is the way that people seem to be coping or appear, we need to just make sure it's the whole idea of are you okay? We need this is a time for making sure that we don't just necessarily want a yes/no response. We don't necessarily take what their verbal response is, because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about it. We know they're not. And people find it hard to talk about. People find it and don't want to be a burden or they want to be a worry to others. So it's about just being with people and spending time with them, not necessarily just on, I mean, people are going to want to deal with it their own way, but they have to be able to have the people around them that are able to be able to do what they're wanting as well. Because not everyone necessarily wants to hear someone talk non-stop, because that's their own personality. I know it sounds a little bit selfish, it's about them, but we've got to be a little bit aware about it's not just about one person, it's about the other people, what they're also willing to. Because some people say, I just can't take talking too much about this because it just upsets me. So everyone's feelings are valid. And we need to make sure that everybody around us, there's no right or wrong here. If you really say, you know what, I just can't watch the news anymore, I can't listen to this anymore, you are entitled to do that. Obviously, we're going to have to say it in an appropriate way. But don't discount your own feelings, because you are entitled to feel.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's some really good advice. And again, I mean, I can't even begin to, comprehend what people are dealing with that are directly impacted. They've lost their loved ones, they're in hospital. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, and that's again, a whole completely different story, because that's going to take time. There's a whole trauma healing process. That's something that's incredibly difficult, takes a lot of time and effort and people and resources. But it's just about the whole idea of connectedness with your community, with your family, with your friends, whatever they need. That's all that matters at the time.
They've been through a lot, haven't they?
Absolutely.
The people in Bondi with the stabbing at Westfield.
Absolutely.
COVID has been a worldwide situation, and there's just a lot that all of us, but young ones, we're focusing on.
Yeah, but the point is, time does heal, and a lot of people were afraid to go to Bondi Junction. People were very traumatised to go back to Bondi Beach. When I was there, the last couple of days, it is difficult. But I think if you're ready to, then I think it can help heal. If you're not ready to, that's fine. You'll do it whenever you're ready to.
Andrew, thank you so much.
No problem.
Great to see you.